Hey there, Detroit sports fanatics. I'm Taylor Phillips, and welcome to Taylor's Detroit Sports Show postgame, Thursday, April 2nd, 2015. It's 11 o'clock. Tonight I'm going to talk about the Red Wings blowing one to the Bruins 3-2 in regulation. Tigers holding on for a 3-2 victory over the Yankees. Speaking of which, Pistons return to the Palace of Auburn Hills tomorrow against the Bulls at 7:30. I am very disgusted about this Red Wings team. Very, very, very disgusted. I'm not even going to care how I describe this. It's not going to matter. The Red Wings are a choke job this season. They will miss the playoffs. They will. They will miss the playoffs and thus end the 23 season playoff appearance streak. Which is partially historical. If you want to chime in, the number to call is 646-478-4837. The text line is 231-429-3668. Name, city, and state, please. Don't leave your text unnamed or unlocated. I need to know who you are and where you're located. The Wings got out to a 2-0 lead early in the third, and then they blew it. It all started with a stupid Kyle Quincy penalty. And he's been a joke, as always. And Carl Soderberg on the rebound wristed one top shelf to put the Bruins on the board 2-1. And then Mrazek went out of his crease, obviously, and was too aggressive. Louis Eriksson made it look easy by making a nice move for a game-tying goal. It's at 7:19 in the third. And then with 2:08 in the third period, Zach Trotman took advantage of a broken stick, of a Darren Helm broken stick, and scored a gimme goal, a bad goal that Mrazek should have had. And the Bruins went up 3-2, and they held on for a win, and they tied the Red Wings with 93 points. The Red Wings are still in third place in the Atlantic Division. See, that's why the Red Wings are by far the worst third-period team in the league right now, maybe ever. This is the first time they have lost in regulation after having a lead through 2 periods this season. But this one may cost them the playoffs. If the Red Wings don't get their crap together, if the Red Wings don't get their third period crap together, both Jimmy Howard and Peter Mrazek are not good. They're not terrible, but they're not good. Some of their defense is also not good. They can never close games out in regulation in the third period. They can't even win a game in overtime or a shootout. They can't do jack diddly squat. Right now, they are doing even worse than the Lions have historically. And I don't have to put up with it. I seriously, desperately want Mike Babcock fired as head coach of the Red Wings. He is so idiotic after his post-game comments from Tuesday's game. Tuesday's shootout defeat at the hands of the Ottawa Senators in this building. Joe Louis Arena is now a fossil, a bad karma type fossil of old people attending Red Wings games every now and then just to act like idiots. Who are spoiled by their past successes. Just a minute here. Someone invited me to play a stupid game on Facebook, and I'm gonna block that game. And never mind that. I'm not gonna rant about it either. That's not my focus. So anyway, let me see here. Well, anyway, had a little trouble with my Google Hangout, on-air Hangouts, but I'm still on the air. I'm still on the air simulcasting on Google Plus. I'm also simulcasting on Ustream. The Red Wings go to Minnesota and play the Wild. I hope they lose 4-0. Datsuk may return. Cole's not returning anytime soon. He's just Eric Cole and Tomas Jurko are going to be out for the rest of the season, and the Red Wings are going to miss the playoffs. Say goodbye to their playoff streak. They'll get routed in all the rest of their remaining games this regular season. Those are a bunch of scumbags on this team. They don't deserve to even be on this team, ever. The Wings are no longer a part of my life. Anyway, the Tigers, speaking of 3-2, they beat the Yankees 3-2. They jump out to a 3-0 lead in the fourth inning. Nick Castellanos with an RBI single. A wild pitch scored Jonas Cespedes. Nick Castellanos hit a 2-run single before the wild pitch scoring Jonas Cespedes. Top of the fifth, Kyle Roller drove home Slade Heathcott with a sacrifice fly to center field. Slade Heathcott in the top of the seventh hit an RBI single, but that was it. Anthony Ghost finished 1 for 2. He's now batting .308 this spring. That's still good. Jose Iglesias finished 1 for 3. He's now batting up to 106. Victor Martinez continues hitting poorly, 0 for 4. Miguel Cabrera went 0 for 3. Ian Kinsler had the day off today. Alex Avila went 0 for 2. He's batting 167 now. He should no longer be the number one starting catcher. Don Delaney commented on one of my Facebook statuses that it's Avila's this year's Avila's last in his contract. True, Don. And I commented back that that his father is only a weak excuse. It means nothing. Meaning it means nothing. Jabba Chamberlain picked up the win. Rafael Dolis picked up the save in the ninth inning. Only giving up 1 hit, striking out 2. Blaine Hardy and Ian Kroll and Alberto Cabrera each earned a hold. Tom Gorzolani pitched a scoreless 2/3 of an inning. Jabba Chamberlain pitched a scoreless inning and a third. getting that win. Angel Nesbitt pitched 2 scoreless innings, only giving up 1 hit and walking 1 and striking out 1. His ERA is down to 2.77. Nesbitt just may be winding up in the majors. The Tigers could either use him as a relief pitcher or a starting pitcher. Which one do you think Nesbitt is better off as? A starting pitcher or a relief pitcher? You tell me. Call in at 646-478-4837 or text in with your name, city, and state at 31429-3668. Want to rant about the Wings? Or do you want to talk about the Tigers, Pistons? I'm live right now. I'm on live right now. Don't be nervous. Just take a deep breath and just stand by what you say. There's nothing positive to say about the Red Wings, but there's plenty to be positive about for the Tigers. Except Joe Nathan should be released. He should retire, in fact. The Tigers are home against the Tampa Bay Rays tomorrow at 1:05. And they visit the Tampa Bay Rays in St. Petersburg at Tropicana Field Saturday at 12:35. Anibal Sanchez starts tomorrow, and then Alfredo Simon, spelled Simon but pronounced Simone, will start Saturday. And that wraps up the Tigers' 2015 Spring Training Grapefruit League preseason. You can also leave comments on my show. Pistons, they take on the Chicago Bulls. I know they're not going to make the playoffs after losing badly to the Hornets, 102-78. They weren't going to make the playoffs anyway after losing 10 straight. That proved more costly than that worst loss. Pistons beat the Bulls 107-91 in their last meeting at the Palace. I think. They play tonight. They play the Bulls again at the Palace tonight at 7:30 on Fox Sports Detroit and Detroit Sports 105.1. Oh wait, the Pistons are in Chicago. tonight at 8 o'clock at United Center. My mistake. I'm going to edit this episode description right about now. There we are. But the Pistons beat the Bulls in their last two meetings, both at the Palace. The last time the Pistons and Bulls met at United Center, the Bulls won 102-91 on November 10th on Monday last calendar year when the Pistons had Josh Smith on their team. I think the Pistons can beat the Bulls in Chicago without Josh Smith. Yeah, the last time the Pistons and Bulls played each other anywhere, Pistons won 107-91. That was on Saturday, March 21st. That was about just recently. Pistons also beat the Bulls 191 Friday, February 20th. The Pistons were very exhausted. I keep hearing from the media last night after the rout. But there's no excuse for it, so I will not accept that. It's true, but it's not acceptable. The Bulls still have Joakim Noah, Derrick Rose returning. The Bulls are 45-30. Playoff bound. 29. Pistons are 29-46. So that's it for Taylor's Detroit Sports Show, post-game edition on Blog Talk Radio for Thursday, April 2nd, 2015 at 11 p.m. Eastern. I'm Taylor Phillips. Talk to you again tomorrow night after the Pistons game in Chicago. TTFN, ta-ta for now. I will schedule that for 11:30.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio.